And here we go with the final seconds of launch. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff of Falcon Heavy and Psyche on a mission to a metal asteroid in deep space to study the building blocks of our planet's inner space.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
M1D chamber pressure is nominal.
View there from the onboard camera on the booster. Beautiful shot there as it goes through the clouds.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Over here, Dale, the power telemetry are nominal. We're also looking at the data for all 27 engines.
Falcon is supersonic.
All chamber pressures look good, and Falcon is supersonic now.
Throttling down in preparation for max Q. The moment of peak mechanical stress on the rocket.
What will happen here
Max
is
Q.
the side boosters will be at full power, and the center core will be at a reduced power to go through max Q to reduce the pressures on the structure of the launch vehicle.
Coming up in 30 seconds. We'll start getting ready to have those boosters cut off.
Vehicle's looking good, pitching down range. All telemetry looks really good so far, Daryl. As we see a beautiful view of the Falcon Heavy and center core and side boosters there. Data is looking really good.
All 27 engines of the Falcon Heavy putting down 5.1 million pounds of thrust. Standing by now for booster engine cutoff for those side boosters. The center core booster will continue on.
Booster engine cutoff. Side booster separation confirmed.
Great shot there of the side boosters coming off the rocket.
MVAC engine chill has started.
And there we start the chill on stage 2 as we get ready for MECO on the center core. Stage 2 will continue chilling down, making sure the fuel and propellants are flowing through that MVAC, getting ready for ignition.
Those boosters will have 3 burns, 2 re-entry burns and 1 final landing burn before it comes back down at LZ1 and LZ2, landing zone 1 and 2 here at the Cape. Next up is main engine cutoff of that center booster. After that cuts off, there'll be a series of steps that will happen in close succession. Main engine cutoff. The center core stage will separate, and then we'll start the second stage burn, the first of 2 burns today.
There we see a shot inside the
shutdown.
That was a shutdown.
Looking
main
now
engine
inside
cutoff.
the booster. There you have MECO.
Stage separation confirmed.
And there it goes. You're looking at the second stage in front of you, lighting up its
MVAC
MVAC
ignition.
engine. And that's a shot of the booster through a thin layer of clouds.
We hear the call out for transonic. Landing burn has started.
Terminal guidance.
Here it comes.
I don't know, Daryl, but that sonic boom was great for us. I'm sure Jim is excited over there. There's the second one. I'm sure the host desk over there is feeling that really well.
Literally, our monitors were shaking as both those boosters broke the sound barrier.
And we just heard booster landing confirmed, as we see on the screen, both
MVAC
landing
shutdown.
zone 1 and 2. Everything looks great. And then the call out for
Stage 2 FTS is safe.
Psyche 1, stage 2 engine cutoff. So Daryl, this will put us into that 45-minute coast that you and Jarmaine were talking about, allowing us to do
Nominal
that
park
barbecue
orbit
roll.
insertion.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to that. And as you look at your screen there are the two side boosters on their landing pads. And you can see it there. We've been tracking it all along, watching the fuel get prepped and prepared to restart that engine. Make this burn roughly about 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, this burn's very important to get Psyche on its way. And Daryl, as you said, we've been tracking that. And as throughout that 45-minute coast phase, there have been call-outs for different ground stations that have been used around the United States, or around the world, actually, to track this second stage. And you and I have been continuing to watch that telemetry. And this vehicle so far has performed very well today, and looking forward to this final burn to get ready for spacecraft deployment.
Those tracking stations that you mentioned, as we've heard them called out throughout the broadcast, also helpful with bringing us this picture right here, that high definition video pictures from space, which we greatly appreciate seeing and are able to show you exactly what's happening. As the spacecraft approaches the northwest coast of Australia, it will continue flying over the Indian Ocean. We will get ready to end that second burn and then prepare for the big moment, Mick, and that's separation of the Psyche spacecraft. So the burn about to come to an end here in just a few seconds.
MVAC shutdown.
There you hear the good call out of the MVAC shutdown, still glowing red though in the cold darkness of space. We are in orbital night on the other side of the planet from where we launched this morning.
Nominal payload deploy, orbit insertion.
Confirming the orbital insertion there.
So yeah, it's confirming that we hit our mark exactly on that trajectory and where we needed to drop Psyche, get ready to drop Psyche off, as Jarmaine had pointed out earlier in a segment on the trajectory. So that's really good to hear that stage 2 performed perfectly today, and we're getting ready for this last little coast prior to Psyche deployment. As you can see, the spacecraft right there on the front of stage 2.
Yeah, there it is, the Psyche spacecraft attached to the second stage, the camera looking forward where we can see that will be the image we will be looking at when separation happens, and we'll be tracking that.
Psyche payload separation confirmed.
There it is. The Psyche spacecraft going off into deep space.
That is
2.2 billion mile journey.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, that is an amazing shot right there. It is so, I'm so excited to see that. Probably not as excited as Jim, who's up at the host desk right now, but that is an awesome shot to see Psyche leaving the stage 2.
You see the team right there in the lower left-hand right corner. They are anxious as they see their baby go off into space towards an asteroid named Psyche, same as the mission. As you look at that Psyche spacecraft, you see the large diameter circle, which is where it attached to the payload adapter. That circle down at the bottom, that's a low-gain antenna. And that low-gain antenna will play a key role. It's got 3 of them. There's 2 more on either side. So if that one is the bottom, there's 2 on either side. It will play a key role on when we get that carrier signal that we just heard JPL talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, in all my years of doing launches, Daryl, that was a beautiful sight. I think that's the longest I've been able to see a spacecraft deploy. So that's an amazing job by the SpaceX team on that camera work on the second stage.